Yo, what's going on, guys? So before we get into today's video, just gotta say that today's video is gonna be brought to you by Beautiful Halo, and I gotta say, if you guys want to purchase some really awesome anime merchandise, everything from Boruto / Naruto to Black Clover, My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball, click down in the description box and use my link below in order to do so. It's also a really great way to help support the channel. As a bit of an added bonus, a lot of their anime merchandise, like you saw in the video just now, is on sale right now, and there's free worldwide shipping on anything over $29. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the anime, but I am going to be talking about some stuff that hints at the manga. So for the anime only fans, I'm going to walk a very fine line because I don't want to spoil you guys on major events that are happening in the future of the Boruto anime, but I am going to talk about some stuff that is commonplace that people that read the manga will know, but it's not going to be a major spoiler. But I want to talk to you guys about what you actually saw in these episode leaks that came out late last night. So essentially, by the time you guys are seeing this, it'll probably be 2 to 3 days since these leaks have come out, but essentially in one of these episodes we find out that the Car organization potentially has interest in the Hashirama Cells, and I find this to be very fascinating because this gives the anime an opportunity to answer a question about the members of Car that manga fans have had for over a year now. If I'm not mistaken, manga fans have had these questions since, I believe, chapter 29 or 30, when Naruto versus Delta first happened. That would be roughly a year and a half ago. And the question that a lot of people had is, why is it that this person who just came out of nowhere is able to push Naruto, even though Naruto suppressed, pushed him to being able to use even his KCM2 form? Why is this the case? And I think that now we have our answer. I think that they're going to use these Hashirama cells. Now, the other thing that you have to keep in mind about Car, which I talked about in my Car Explained video, Car also uses scientific ninja weapons tech. So when you combine these two things, I think that now we're getting the clear answer to why these characters are as powerful as they are. Because Hashirama cells are already like some super insane power boosts as they are. We saw what they did with Obito, where Obito was a lowly Ganin, and all of a sudden Obito, when he got the Hashirama cells and a little bit of training from Madara, in less than a year, Obito was able to keep up with Minato. Even though Minato won that fight, Minato, if he would have made one wrong mistake, Obito would have beat him. So we definitely know that there is something there when it comes to Hashirama cells, because so many people have tried over and over and over again to replicate the power of Hashirama. And I think that what these Car members are going to be doing with these Hashirama cells is finding a way to integrate it into the scientific ninja weapons tech that they use for their own bodies. And so this would be a really good foundation for us to finally understand why these characters are as powerful as they are. I think that a lot of people talk about the power scaling in Boruto, say, why are these characters so powerful? I think this would be a really good way, and a in-universe way, to actually start addressing a lot of these gripes that people have. On one hand, I think that, you know, if you bring in these characters and you have them, say, training off screen and it gets super powerful, I think people will call that a complete cop-out, because it's like, well, if they're this powerful, why weren't they here during the 4th Great Ninja War? And so if you use this, while it is a bit of cheap writing, it is something that's already pre-established in the Naruto universe in terms of lore. So it's not a complete cop-out, because you can have it where these characters might have been lowly and that's why they weren't showing up in the 4th Great Ninja War, and yet now we're 16 years removed and they've been experimenting with scientific ninja weapons tech, which we know gives people like, say, Boruto, who can't handle purple lightning on his own, the ability to use that jutsu. We also know that scientific ninja weapons tech, there are different variations of it to where it can augment strength. So I think that that is something that could fit into the narrative of this conversation. And then when you combine that with Hashirama cells and potentially combine these two things in a way to where it's beefing up the power, I think that this works. I really think that this works to give us a clear reason for why these characters can push Naruto and potentially even push Sasuke. And so I think that the other thing on this is I think that if you go this route, this would also explain why another character who has not shown up in the Boruto anime yet, it would explain why he was so much further ahead, Boruto and Konohamaru and all the members of Team 7, because this was a character who he absolutely got fodderized by a member of the Uchiha clan, but he was still a pretty renowned Jonin. And so when you start looking at that, that would explain why he got as powerful as he did. If you have it where that scientific ninja weapons tech that he's using isn't on the same level as what the inner members are getting, that would add a different layer, a different buffer between the outer members and the inner members, where only the inner members are getting the Hashirama cells and the scientific ninja weapons tech to boot. So I think that this could be a really good way to kind of distinguish the two inners and outers, and I think that this could also set the stage for the outer members of Kara to only be characters who are basically handed down for Boruto's generation, so Boruto and them are able to get strong enough to fight some of the inners without some super overpowered plot handouts that saved them in one of the fights that they had. However, I want to know from you guys, how do you guys feel about the Hashirama cells being used in this way? Do you guys think it's a bit of a cop-out? Do you guys think that this is the only way to reasonably explain why the inner members are as powerful as they are? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching on to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.